Jonathan Vernon-Smith,
BBC Three Counties Radio.
We're talking about nightmare neighbours today on the phone in. Certainly on the Consumer Clinic, we are getting a lot of calls at the moment. Are you living like that? 08459 455 555. Andy Cross is a private investigator from Answers Investigation. They check out potential neighbours for clients. Hello, Andy.
Hi there, hi.
Hi, so if I was planning on moving to a new place, I'd employ you to find out whether the neighbours are scumbags?
That's certainly the sort of thing that we do. People obviously invest a lot of money in new property, and part of one of the services that we offer is that before you move, before you sort of potentially put an offer in, we will go along, ask some discreet questions. There's quite a good team of us here that we normally pick the right person to be able to do it. Make local inquiries. We'll also do a bit of surveillance during the evenings at popular times, maybe a Friday night, maybe a Saturday night as well. That way we'll be able to tell you whether perhaps the local pub gets a bit rowdy, or whether you've got a neighbour that enjoys a particular type of music at a certain decibel level, as well as things like graffiti, things like litter. One particular case we had discovered there was actually a tramp living in one of the bins nearby who...
living in one of the bins?
Yeah, one of the big steel communal bins that you get in blocks of flats. Yeah, he'd bed down there for the night and spend most of the day drinking around the area.
And do most of your clients, are they people who have had their fingers burnt in the past with bad neighbours?
No, I think they are mainly people who are a bit wary about moving to particular areas, or they are about to invest an awful lot of money. Perhaps they've sold their first home and they're looking to really get a much bigger mortgage and move into a bigger property. So therefore they want to find out whether there are people who could potentially cause them problems. We also deal, I know that you've mentioned about the council. We have dealt with people who have got nowhere with the council before. One particular instance was a lady who had a neighbour who was employing people to mend cars on his driveway. He had quite a large driveway, and we got evidence of them pouring used vehicle coolant down the drain, blatantly comings and goings of many, many customers during the day.
But this all sounds fantastic, Andy, but I would imagine it comes at a cost.
Well, yeah, we do charge a price for it, obviously.
How much?
Well, the set fee is $595, and that involves a full report with sort of the local schools, interviews with some of the people around the area, a couple of visits, doing some surveillance, amongst sort of statistics around the area that we're able to get from various databases. We can also pull off information of neighbours who live in the area, so you get a general idea of how long they've been there, whether they're frequent people coming and going, such as the gentleman who was calling before. You get an idea whether people have been in the same residence for perhaps 4 or 5 years. Obviously, if you're able to show that people come and go every 3 or 4 or 6 months, then perhaps you get a feel that maybe either they're being moved on or they don't like the area and they're moving out immediately.
Absolutely. Andy, listen, fascinating. Thank you very much indeed for your time. Andy Cross, who's a private investigator from Answers Investigation, and they check out potential neighbours for clients. Well, do you wish you'd used a service like that because your neighbours are hideous?
Jonathan Vernon-Smith,
BBC Three Counties Radio.